Thank you for calling the disciple of Kanaido School of Rakugo back for an encore. It's me, the balloon artist you all know and love, Gale Tornado. 1, 2, balloon. What wonderful balloon artistry. Your Honor, please. Now then, what would you like me to make for you this time? Actually, I called you back for more testimony. But I'm all talked out. The case has left me completely deflated.
Don't care. You will talk.
What? You didn't find that funny? Anyway, what exactly is going on, Simon?
It seems the person who murdered Master Tornado was wearing perfume.
And you are the only person I could think of who wears perfume. Wait, you mean I'm a suspect now? Gale, you know about Owen, right? Well, yes, I often played with him at Shisho's request. So that means you could have left that fake dying message, right? What? Just because I wear perfume and know Owen? You think I'm a murderer? Oh, how could you?
The witness is absolutely right. With no evidence but distorted memories of a small child. It is outrageous of the defense to accuse this woman.
That's right, you don't even have any proof.
You may step down from the stand, Giru. The defense does not have one scrap of evidence that connects you to the crime.
Wait just 1 minute. I may not have proof, but Owen's testimony is still.
Enough. Please feel free to leave, Giru. You can't. You don't have a say here. You don't have a say here, prosecutor. It's the judge that excuses the witness. You have no say here.
But I'm so close. There must be something. Well, if the prosecutor says it's okay, then I guess I'll be going now.
I think Simon's about to manipulate her into staying.
Yep.
Silence.
There he is.
Silence. Oi, Giru. You're an entertainer, aren't you? Once you go on stage, it's your duty to complete your performance, is it not? So what are you doing? Leaving halfway through?
There's a bandage on Gale's forehead. And since we know that Master Tornado's killer has a cut on their face somewhere.
Impossible. Impossible.
How did you know, Simon?
I didn't, but I had to take the chance and see for myself. Otherwise, your theory would remain a groundless accusation.
Your Honor, prosecutor said Maddie. The scent of perfume and injury on the forehead. These things are completely consistent with Owen's testimony. In short, the mysterious individual Owen saw in the dressing room could have been Gale. Miss Sykes, does this mean you are formally indicting this witness for the murder of Typhoon Tornado?
Should your accusation prove to be false, I hope you're prepared to pay for the price in full. How about you pay the price of accusing Mr. Bucky, sir? You falsely accused Bucky of the crime. How about you pay the price? And how about the kid? Well, no, you didn't. Were the prosecutor in case 1, but case 2, falsely accused Trizzy. How about you pay for that? Case 3, falsely accused Maya. How about you pay for that? You ready to eat your words, Nyuta?
Simon, what price is he talking about?
I thought that should be obvious. Prosecutor Sadmonk is saying he'll see to it you never stand in court of law again. I must say, though, he knows how to make a trial interesting. Also, he has no say in that either.
Yep.
He has no say in whether or not a defense attorney can stand. Especially, he is not from this country. He has no authority here.
Guess whose side are you on, Simon?
Go on, then. Into the deep end with you. You really have but one choice anyway.
Well, Miss X, I'm waiting. With regard to the witness scale tornado, the defense wishes to... Yep.
Indict.
There's no reason for me to hold back, not if I really believe in my client. The defense wishes to formally indict Garuk Tornado as a murderer of Typhoon Tornado.
I have tried to be merciful, but now, not even your pleas will reach the Holy Mother's ears. You have plenty of time to regret your decision in the pit of hell.
Except I won't need to. The person who murdered the victim was not Mr. Wet. It was Gale Tornado.
Yeah, he's not a prosecutor under this legal system. It's like, he has no say in any of this.
That bandage is just from a silly slip-up I made while cooking yesterday, that's all. What kind of extreme cooking were you doing to cut yourself in the forehead? Well, what can I say? That's what happened. You also don't have an alibi for the period before 4 p.m., do you, Gail? But I really don't know anything that was wrong until Shisha was found dead. If you don't believe me, then with a twisty twist twist! And boom, there you have it, an adorable little kitty. How could you suspect a cutesy little balloon artist like me? Gail, I've been meaning to say this for a while now, but could it be that you don't have an eye for balloon art? Do you think I know that? You didn't have to come out and say it. I'm the daughter of a great Rakugo artist. I never wanted to do stupid balloon art. I was supposed to be a Rakugo storyteller too, just like my late daddy.
Is that a motive?
That's a motive.
She kills him, then she has no reason to do what he says more, and she can become a Rakugo artist.
But Shisha told me to do balloon art instead. I guess the victim thought she had no talent as a Rakugo artist either. So you're still gonna suspect a poor little thing like me? Please stop trying to skirt the issue. It all comes down to the scent of perfume and the cut on your forehead. You and the culprit of Owen's testimony share these two traits. You're dead set on accusing me, aren't you? Well, here's what I have for naughty little girls like you. With the twisty twist twist. The sword. I'ma cut you, witch!
Yeah, you can tell she's losing it.
Go ahead, make me testify all you want. When the truth's revealed, it'll be your balloon, or mine that goes pop. Got it. Look at that evil dog. Oh my, is this yet another hidden personality? Simon, is everybody in the tornado school like this?
How should I know?
Yeah, I visited the dressing room during that time to make a courtesy call for after my act. Chisho and Owen were in there, but they were both snoring up a storm. I saw the note Shisha left, so I just left. Didn't want to disturb him, you know? The perfume Owen smelled must have been left over from when I visited. I think it's with the note, the time and... So Gail's saying she went in the dressing room but then left right away.
Don't take her at her word.
Come on, you really think I would? Just trying to figure out how to get her to talk about what really happened. Now then, Miss Sykes, you may proceed with your cross-examination. A courtesy call after your performance, huh? Come to think of it, Noendo mentioned making some kind of visit. Yeah, a visit to your master before and after your routine. That's just common courtesy with us Rakugo artists and entertainers. So that means you paid the victim a courtesy call before your performance too, right? What did you see at that time? He was having a drink and getting himself into a festive mood. He liked to say that the drinking gave him a silver tongue. So he was already drinking by then. Nuendo wasn't there in the dressing room yet at the time. He must have gone there during my act, of course, because when I went back...
Hold it!
Could you describe how they appeared? We need to get her to testify about the box not being open, because that piece is obviously
Well,
from the
also,
box.
like, he was saying they were both drinking up a storm, but, like, Wendo doesn't drink.
But he was Owen,
Owen-
so he had some...
Owen wouldn't be drinking either, because Owen's underage.
No, but he slipped in a thing, and then he passed out, and then so did the owner, or so did the Rakugo artist. Could you describe how they appeared? They were both stretched out on the floor, snoozing away.
Out. I think it was noted this was on his back, wasn't it? But it doesn't say that there, so I don't think it can use it.
So setting the victim up over the table must have been the culprit's doing. After all, who wouldn't stretch out on the floor if they could take a nap? Plus, that matches up with what Owen said in his testimony. But if he was asleep, how could you tell it was Owen? How did you know it wasn't a window? I've known that guy for ages. Look at his face, and I know which one I'm dealing with. I see.
Hold it!
Master's note. I don't know. Can't remember. Did you notice anything else unusual out of the place in the room? Well, there was a sake and a half-eaten manju at the table, which would be true. But I didn't see anything else out of place or whatever in the room.
Oh, is that a fact? The TV, though. The TV was moved.
TV's moved.
The
and
table
then there
moved.
is, table moved. There's soba all over the floor. Like the powder. Of course it is. What do you think?
You didn't change anything around while you were in there.
I didn't do anything. Look, I'm telling you.
Yeah, so she's probably going to say there was nothing out of the ordinary. We present this and be like, there's flour everywhere. Like, that's something you would know. The TV
Flour,
also would
there's
have
a
been,
TV in
might
the
have been
way, the
moved.
table-
Was it? No, the TV wouldn't have been moved at that point, I don't think.
I didn't see anything funny near Shisho, and I didn't touch anything in the room.
Your boldness. I request that Giru's statement be added to her testimony.
Simon! What's a statement like that gonna do for us? Makes you have to prove she moved something.
Just play along and you'll see soon enough.
Ah. Oh, I have no problem with adding that to the testimony. But how about you, Miss Sykes? I have no problem with it either, Your Honor. What's I'm thinking?
Yeah, I feel like it just wants us to present this. Or Karuta cards. Because she would have seen these. Because that would be funny, wouldn't it?
I think it's something in the crime scene report because there's a lot amiss in the room.
Objection!
A TV that, yeah, it's one of them. Gail, you said you didn't notice anything odd or unusual near your master. You also said you didn't touch anything in the dressing room. That's right. What about it? Then I wonder who left that dying message with the Karuta cards. What are you going on about?
So I wonder if you could have presented the Karuta cards too. I wonder if this was one of those moments where you could have presented either of them.
It had to have been Bucky. Sorry, but that's not possible. Because only 3 people knew of a Wendo's personality. The Wendo, your master, and you. Eek!
If Bucky had left a Karuta message, he wouldn't have spelled out Owen. He would have spelled out Wendo.
What it boils down to this, as a member of your tornado school, you, Gerald Tornado, are the only one who could have left that dying message. And as a person who left that message, it's clear that you are Master Tornado's killer. God, will you ever quit your yapping?
Objection!
You are like wretches clinging to the spider's thread of salvation. Allow me to cut the holy thread from the heavens and bring you back down to earth.
Would you quit butting in whenever things start to go my way?
Silence, child. Playtime is over.
What did you just say?
As the witness stated, she went into the dressing room and soon came back out again. But the victim's note was not the only reason she left with such haste. There was another reason that compelled Giru to leave at once. Giru, would you please relate said reason to the court?
There's a reason why Gail had to leave the dressing room. Well, I didn't want to show you this, but I guess I've got no choice. Keep your eyes peeled, because here it comes. Your hand is all swollen and red. What happened, Gail? If you must know, I'm allergic to buckwheat.
So that means she handled it.
Yeah.
She handled the buckwheat. That's why.
What?
Allergic reactions to buckwheat can vary, though they're usually on the severe side. With Saifu Tornado making soba noodles in his dressing room, Giru is lucky to still be alive, considering all the soba flour that was swirling in the air.
Good thing I left pretty quick. Managed to escape with just a mild reaction. But I touched Shisha while he was being carried away, and look what it did to my poor hands. There must have been soba broth on his clothes or something. If I'd inhaled any of that soba flour, I'd have a seizure and it'd be good night, Gail. I never could have stayed in that dressing room for very long. A person allergic to buckwheat couldn't be in the room with soba flour in the air.
That's the cover. That's why the buckwheat is spread everywhere, so that way she could cover for it.
And certainly couldn't use soba dough as a murder weapon either. This isn't good.
You knew it would come to this, didn't you? And that's why you never mentioned her allergy. As if I would do anything so underhanded. I was simply trying to protect the privacy of the witness.
I'm sick of all these accusations. Why don't I just testify and get it all out in the open, yeah? If I come into the slightest contact with buckwheat, I get an allergic reaction. And with that much soba flour in the air, that room could have literally killed me. Look at my hand, just touching Shisho's body caused as much damage. There must have been soba broth on his clothes. So I never could have committed that murder in the dressing room. Soba wasn't in the air. I still can't believe it. Nobody told me she had a soba allergy. Did you know, Simon?
Does it look like I knew? Protect the privacy of a witness, my foot. What a dirty trick.
Now what do we do?
There's only one thing to do. Put Prosecutor Sadmok to shame with your cross-examination.
Right. Well, looks like I gotta react to the Xbox showcase. No matter how small, I'll find us an opening and break her testimony down.
Hold it!
You're not lying about the soba allergy of yours, right? Of course not. I swear on the grave of my father up in heaven. I can even get you a doctor's certificate if you want. She seems to be telling the truth. I've had this allergy for as long as I can remember. But I never dreamt in a million years it'd clear me of murder. And you'll come out of this smelling like a delicate buckwheat flour to boot. Well said, Your Honor.
Hold it!
I'll give you that there was quite a bit of flour scattered about that dressing.
Hang on.
It has to be with the photo and like something moved.
No. It's gonna be, yeah, it is the photo, but I was blind to this earlier, but I actually, like, upon closer inspection, there is flour on top of the plastic. So that means the flour was spread around after the noodles were made.
Actually, yeah, that does matter.
That is, like,
It's
there
on
would be
top of the
flour
bowl,
on that.
too.
Like, and it's even flour on top of his knife. This is
Yeah.
this is the only knife in the room. It's like, yeah, I definitely think that it's this.
Yeah.
It's 100% this.
Me thinks there was buckwheat flour in a balloon or something like that, and she just popped it.
Yeah?
But you went in to pay your respects to your master regardless, right? Yeah, but like I said, I came right back out. I mean, the soba making tools were right there. You better believe I was careful not to breathe any of it in. But you still could have committed this crime if you held your breath while doing it. Nope. Don't be ridiculous. I would have suffocated to death before Shisho did. Yeah, I guess you're right. Jeez, get a grip, will you?
Hold it!
Maybe there's a twist here, like you're actually allergic to dogs, and not soba. You kidding? Bring my little jigaboo in here. I'll hug and squeeze him like there's no tomorrow. I'm telling you, I have a genuine, honest-to-goodness soba allergy.
Defense. The witness clearly has an authentic allergy to buckwheat. Any further deliberation on the matter would be meaningless, pointless, worthless.
You heard of the man lawyer girl? Oh, wouldn't we present the evidence that Simon's testimony saying that she was holding the things made of buckwheat? Like she was discarding it to her dog. The dumplings have buckwheat.
Do the dumplings have buckwheat?
This just proves that she was feeding her dog dumplings. I'd say try it, like save where it is. See if I think it has to do with Simon's statement. I was just starting to think of the same thing myself. I mean, not to like it though. I probably got this allergic reaction on my hand here because I touched the seashell. No, it's because she was feeding the dog.
Hold it!
I have a question about that actually. If you're allergic to soba, does that mean you're allergic to the noodle broth too? Well, the buckwheat from the noodles can dissolve into the broth, so duh. Touching the soba broth can be just as deadly for me. Don't you know anything? What an amateur.
Just making sure.
I'm sorry. Do I look like a doctor to you? Look. Anything that has soba in it or anything that has touched soba is like poison to me.
Hold it!
So if I just want to cover all my bases, but could the murder have possibly occurred somewhere other than the dressing room?
Objection.
That is out of the question. By even asking,
God.
you show your complete disregard for all we have discussed until now.
God, she was just covering her bases, goddammit. Yes, I have to agree. The defense can't go around suggesting new premises without bases. Unfortunately for you, Shiso didn't take a single step from his dressing room around the time of the murder. Well, it is unfortunate for everyone. I don't see any particular inconsistencies in her testimony. And she seems to be telling the truth about her buckwheat allergy.
What is your point?
My point is I can't find a single foothold.
Well, if you can't find one, make one.
You want me to just make up some baseless accusation? Are we doing perjury?
When will you stop behaving like such an amateur? If you don't do something fast, the trial will end here.
I know. I can't let that happen. I have to do something. Anything. Wasn't what we thought, wasn't it?
I'm upset.
Was I close?
Apparently, we haven't pressed all statements.
Hold it!
Bullshit.
Like, I know we've pressed all of them, but I guess we haven't. I'm just gonna double go through these. Like, what's going on here? What? We pressed them all before. What was different? Giru could not have possibly committed this crime in a room where soba was being made. Finally, the time has come for the last rites of the victim to begin.
Nah. What would Mr. Wright do at a time like this? Oscar, there's only one thing to do.
What are you smiling about? Has the pressure overwhelmed you?
Nope. It's just the worst of times are when the lawyers have to force the biggest smiles.
I see. You have no rebuttal, and so the only thing left to you is to smile.
That's where you're wrong. I do have a rebuttal. Turn your thinking around, Athena. Don't try to figure out how Gale, who is allergic to Nova, could commit the crime. Figure out how Gale could be in that room and not have an allergic reaction instead.
Does she have a mask on or something?
She's full of balloons.
Oh, the plastic wrap. Giru had it on her. The 3 freshes. The resting do not disturb was for the dough. It was for the dough. It's for the dough. It's not for for him. Because if the dough is wrapped in the plastic, she could use it to suffocate him and be fine.
Yep. What if that certain piece of evidence doesn't mean what we think it means? If that's the case, I might be able to prove that Gale could have committed the crime.
No matter how hard you search your mind, you cannot overturn facts.
Well, Miss Sykes, if you have no further objections, I'll hand down my ruling. Sure, I can't overturn facts, but what if we got a fact about a piece of evidence wrong?
Huh. Get our facts wrong. What are you talking about now?
And which piece of evidence do you mean, Miss Sykes? Please point it out to this court. This evidence proves that Gale could have killed her master, even with her soba allergy.
Based on what they were just doing, it's definitely this.
Yep.
I definitely think it's the resting do not disturb is referring to soba noodles, not the old man.
Take that!
It's Master Tornado's note. The note?
Preposterous. What possible connection could there be between the witness's allergy and that note?
The answer lies in the true meaning of this note. Its true meaning? This note does not mean I am resting, do not disturb, as we had assumed. But rather, it actually means this dough is resting, do not disturb it.
Wait a minute, Athena. That doesn't make any sense.
You're right, it doesn't. After all, as Bucky told us many times, you don't let soba dough rest. What's all this jibber jabber got to do with anything? This is it, the home stretch. This note, Mr. Meth's words have led me to the conclusion that Master Tornado was...
I think he was still like, is udon noodles very different?
Yeah. The victim, Typhoon Tornado, was not making buckwheat noodles. He was making ordinary udon noodles instead.
Bulgunga!
The layer flour in the dressing room wasn't soba flour, but plain old wheat flour for udon. So actually, it was totally possible for Gale to be in that room and kill her master. What? But if that's true, it changes everything. Your Honor, the defense requests that the flour in the room be tested immediately.
Objection.
But soba noodles were found in the bowl, and Giru did not have a reaction on her hand. How do you explain those things?
Well, feeding your dog.
Even were it udon flour instead of soba, you still cannot prove Giru committed the crime.
Bye-bye.
Don't lose your nerve now. Keep charging forward, or you'll feel my blade at your back.
Enough with the threats already. I got it. Talk about pressure. All right, Athena. Take a deep breath and go over everything again.
It's time for Brain Mile.
Visualize the case from start to finish. Have to find conclusive evidence that Gale committed this murder. Making udon. By my logic, Master Tornado must have been making udon noodles in the dressing room. But something at the crime scene indicates otherwise. What was found on a bowl on the table?
Soba.
Soba. Even though the master wasn't making soba, soba noodles were found at the scene. So that means the noodles have come from somewhere. Wait a minute, one mysterious serving of soba noodles? Oh, that sounds familiar. Where did the soba bowl on the table come from?
Giru couldn't have made it. I feel like
Soba
we had-
stock.
So the soba stock, yeah.
The soba noodles found at the scene were found from the master's stock of uncooked noodles. But then, why would the copper go out of her way to cook a soba and put it in the bowl? Why did the copper cook the soba noodles and put them in the bowl? Hide the udon dough.
The udon dough.
I know exactly where the evidence is.
It's buried. It's buried in the room.
Soba was found at the scene. So that means the copper must have taken the udon with her to hide it.
That's what she was feeding the dog.
But why did the copper take the udon away to hide it? It must have been because she killed him with the udon dough. That's it. The udon dough was a real weapon used to kill Type Tornado. And the reason why no weapon was found is because Garo got rid of the dough somehow.
And it was the dog that ate it.
The real murder weapon was the udon dough the victim made. If we can find this dough, that'll prove my theory correct. And undeniably prove Gairu's guilt.
Objection.
Even if we could find this dough, what makes you think it would prove he's the one?
Blood's mixed into it. Please recall Owen's eyewitness testimony. The prosecutor said, Maddie,
There should be blood in it.
if the injury on Gale's forehead was caused by the victim's knife, then Gale's blood must have dripped down onto the dough as a murder weapon. That would make the dough pretty conclusive evidence, wouldn't you agree?
Ah, but where is this conclusive evidence? Let us hear your theory, or where the murder weapon is.
Well, it's... I can't find the answer to the evidence I have on hand. We'll lose this trial. How did Gale get rid of the udon dough? Think, Athena. What do I have that points to suspicious behavior on Garu's part? Now then, Miss Sykes, let's hear your answer. Show me potato salad. Where's the real murder weapon hidden?
Nice barking you did there. I assume you have to bite to back it up. I love it. I love how he's like, nice barking. Mm-hmm. Wink, wink.
Good fun. Stop distracting me, especially not right now. This piece of evidence can point us to the location of the hidden murder weapon.
It's probably this.
Take that!
Gale. Huh? What is it? I'm just an innocent girl. I don't know anything about murder. Stuff that cute act of your balloon hat. Got rid of the dough as she used to kill Mr. Tornado in a bold and daring way. She did it right in front of Prosecutor Blackquill's nose by feeding your dog. No, I.
Of course. Now it all makes sense. I was puzzled as to why Giru, who should know her dog's eating habits, would feed Jigimu more than he could possibly finish.
Your Honor, please order an investigation of the yard right now. And what should the police at the theater be looking for exactly? Jigamo must have buried his leftover dumplings somewhere around his doghouse. Dumplings that Giru made out of the udon dough with her blood in it. Yeah.
This is preposterous.
I want to thank you, Simon. If you hadn't kept me going, I might have given up a long way.
What are you blathering about? You still have work to do. Now, by your hand, finish this wretched case off, Athena.
You got it. Yeah, do you remember what you said would happen when the truth is finally revealed? Well, now the truth is out, and it looks to me like it's your balloon that goes pop. Yeah!
Pokanka!
I'm a Rakugo artist. I was the one who was supposed to inherit that name, but then that Shisho. Oh no. Why are my balloons bursting? Daddy, are you mad at me? I've been a bad girl. I They were fake.
Balloons! They were actually balloons!
Oh man, I could have been so close with my theory about transporting udon. Oh, even the hair. Oh my lord.
Oh my gosh.
I'm fucking crying. Well, she did say they were balloons. I guess.
That's not the kind of balloons you'd immediately think.
This is gonna blow back the. Are you ready to tell us everything now, Gail? I didn't even see her wig come off, man. The whole reason I entered in the world of Rakugo in the first place was to follow my father's wonderful footsteps and inherit his stage name. His stage name? You don't mean.
Undo Tornado.
I knew I wasn't very good at storytelling, but I thought that if I did the stupid balloon thing like Shisha wanted, I'd inherit the name someday. But Master Tornado gave the name of his junior disciple. Yeah. That's why I took my revenge on Shisho during the show, celebrating the name succession. So that was your entire motive?
See, yep, she got passed up.
I doubt anybody else could understand, but inheriting my father's name was everything to me. It was my whole reason for living.
Of all the days you could have taken revenge, why did you choose the day of the show?
Because I wanted to pay Uendo back for stealing what was rightfully mine. I wanted to pin the blame on him at the show where all the Tornado fans were gathered. But then, Uendo tried to shift the blame onto Bucky Wet. And now we know the whole story.
There's just one more thing I want to know. Did you know Master Tornado was making udon in his dressing room yesterday?
No, I didn't. When I saw the soba making tools, I was worried about my allergy. But it was my only chance to get my revenge on the two of them. So I went ahead and did it.
So it was a premeditated crime, but in the end, you only went through with it on impulse. Then the allergic reaction on your hand. It's from touching the soba in the refrigerator with your bare hands. Back when you were tampering with the crime scene after your master's death.
Yeah. By that time, I wasn't clear-headed enough to worry about my allergy.
Giru, how could you do all this, you idiot?
Gale, I get your desire to inherit your father's name. But what you really should have inherited from him wasn't his name, but his heart. His heart? Do you have anything to add, Prosecutor said Maddie? Any objections?
No, Your Honor. Miss Athena Sykes.
Yes? That's the first time he's used my name.
I shall. Be sure to remember your name. Because I'm going to be seeing you in the next case in Kurine. Ha 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 ha.
Really?
Seems he finally recognizes you as a proper adversary.
Thanks. That's all I asked, Prosecutor said Maddie. It looks like there are no further objections. Bailiff, please bring in the defendant.
Oh, he's sober.
What got him drunk? That's what I'm curious about. Ah, good. It seems you made a full recovery. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Bucky Wet.
Not guilty.
This court is adjourned. $11.55, District Court. Defendant lobby number 6. Congratulations, Bucky. I'm so glad you were found innocent.
Thanks for everything, Miss Chickadee.
But it still sucks that you were accused of a crime you didn't commit. Did Uendo have it out for you or something?
I don't think so. Uendo said it was a spur-of-the-moment idea he got when he saw the soba-themed cards.
Simon, where have you been?
I stopped in Uendo's questioning. Only you, Bucky, could get framed for a crime on a whim. No way. I almost got convicted out of convenience?
Well, at least you've been completely cleared of all charges, so buck up, Bucky. On a more important note, what I really want to know is, why didn't Master Tornado let Gale inherit her father's name?
Why? What do you mean? On a more important note, Miss Chickadee.
Don't be such a wet blanket. Just go with the flow. Now, come on. You think the Master was trying to encourage her to quit the entertainment business?
Nah, that's not it. He didn't give the name to her because he wanted Giru to find her own calling in life. Perform whatever she wanted without being bound by her father's name, or Rakugo. Making udon was his way of showing his support for her in her new endeavor.
So that's why I called you to the theater, huh? Teach him how to make udon?
A more roundabout way. I've never seen but Master Tornadoes for.
So this entire incident happened because of a misunderstanding. How sad.
By the way, Giro isn't the only person Master Tornado was trying to cheer on. Even though the person in question still seems unaware of the Master's intentions. Ah, the deed. The deed. He was gonna give the deed to Bucky. That's why he had it. He was gonna give it to Bucky. What? What are you talking? You talk about me? Come on, no way. All that old man ever did was criticize my soba.
That's not true, Bucky. There must be a way to make Bucky see just how much Master Tornado cared about him. Here's a deed.
Take that!
Take a good look, Bucky. Whose name is on there as the holder of this title deed?
Still my name. Master Tornado was just up to one of his tricks when he said he stole the shop from you. He was trying to force you to grow into a truly capable owner in your father's stead.
He probably used some tough love on you so that the shop wouldn't just go belly up. What's with this noodle hair, people?
Who knows? I
The
see.
second guy.
I never knew. Oh, Master Tornado, I'm so sorry. Keep working hard, Bucky, and pay him back by living up to his expectations.
Ew.
Thanks, Simon. And you too, Miss Chickadee. One day, my soba's gonna be so good, it'll knock that old man's socks clean off. After all, I'm the fourth generation owner of wet soba. Noodle number 4. Well, better be getting back to my shop. I gotta get ready for the lunch rush.
God. Can I place an order for delivery, Bucky?
Yes, Miss Chickadee.
Could you deliver a bowl of udon to Gail on behalf of her master?
You got it. I'll make sure it's got all the TLC Master Tornado would have packed in it too.
Thank you.
Well, I'll see you. Be sure to drop by the shop sometime.
I will, and I'll bring the whole agency with me.
Do us all proud, Bucky. I'll have the best soba in town waiting for you when you come. Peace out.
Ah.
So what little little sprinkle are we gonna get at right now? I feel like they're about to drop something on us to lead into case 5.
I think Apollo's calling. Nice to see somebody giving it their all, isn't it? I wonder if I leveled up anything thanks to this case.
Don't kid yourself. The trial would have been a spectacle and half of it had I not been at your side.
You don't know that.
For a lawyer who's versed in technology, you're too full of weak points. You need to learn to analyze yourself more objectively.
Or you could just teach me your famous mind trick, Simon.
No.
Way to shut someone down, and why not?
Because the more pesky lawyers there are, the harder my job becomes. So it's in my best interest for you to remain green forever.
Hey, what about that? What's in my best interest? Huh? Besides, weren't you the one who had the wool pulled over your eyes by a window?
Must you remind me? How could I have known Uendo would do time soba?
Hey, speaking of time soda, I just thought of something funny.
Oh goody, I can't wait.
Okay, here it is. In time soba, why didn't mod number 9 get counted? Come on, do you know, Simon?
How should I know?
Because 789. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Athena,
That's literally my
that
personality.
sucked. Rattle.
Roll on the floor laughing.
That I should have known. Come on, let's go get silver or something and go home.
Your treat?
I'll treat you to 50% of the tab. And don't forget, you still owe me for that manju.
Really, Simon? It wouldn't hurt for you to pay for me every once in a while, you know?
Quit squawking and start walking, Athena.
Hey, wait for me! Yeah, this is like the last happy case, so to speak. And then shit's gonna get deep. I may still have a ways to go as a lawyer, but just like Mr. Wright Apollo and Simon before me, I'm gonna get there someday. After all, I've inherited their passion for our courts and the law. Et pour la faire. I can do this.
So it does end there.